Wadu the Wombat,
Oh,
a
you don't
second
want me
chance at
scratching you.
life.
You don't want me to
2 years ago, on a quiet country road, tragedy struck. A mother wombat was hit by a car, leaving behind a tiny, helpless baby clinging to life. That baby, later named Wadu, weighed just 660 grams when he was found small enough to fit in the palm of a hand, fragile enough that every heartbeat mattered.
That's it, Daisy.
A woman with a heart full of compassion took him in, determined to give him the love and care his own mother no longer could. She held him close to her chest, letting him hear her heartbeat so he would feel safe. In those first days, safety meant everything. Wadu's survival depended not only on food and warmth but also on the reassurance that he wasn't alone in the world. Day by day, he grew stronger. His fur thickened, his eyes sparkled with curiosity, and his little paws learned to dig and explore. What once was a frightened orphan slowly blossomed into a playful spirit. The house soon became Wadu's playground. He would pull clean laundry out of baskets, curl up on couches to watch TV, and follow his new family on walks as if he'd always belonged. But the most touching part of Wadu's journey was his bond with Bronte, a gentle soul who seemed to understand him in ways words could never capture. Together they invented games, Wadu leaping into Bronte's hands, or playfully allowing Bronte to put a finger into his mouth without ever biting. Considering wombats have strong, sharp teeth, this was no small gesture of trust. Wadu knew Bronte was his friend.
silly, really?
As he grew into adolescence, however, Wadu began to change. Like many young creatures, he became more independent. The woman who had stayed awake through countless nights feeding him bottles of warm milk suddenly found herself left behind. With a mischievous spirit, Wadu chose the boys' club, spending his time mostly with Bronte and another companion. For the woman, it was bittersweet. She had given him everything, and now she had to let him step into the next chapter of his life, even if it meant he no longer clung to her.
Even think about it, buddy. Don't you think about it. Don't you bite.
Today, Wadu lives in an outdoor enclosure, much like the home nature intended for him. He digs, explores, and rests on his own cushion, enjoying the life of a real wombat. But every night, Bronte still comes to see him. He sits by Wadu's side, offers him a warm bottle of milk, and spends time simply snuggling. Their bond has not faded. It has only matured into something even more beautiful.
Who's a big girl? What a big girl.
Wadu's story is more than just about one wombat. It's about second chances, about the deep connections that can form between humans and animals, and about the sacrifices made to give a vulnerable life the future it deserves. Raising an orphaned wombat is no small commitment. It requires endless patience, sleepless nights, and resources that never seem enough. Yet for those who take on this challenge, the reward is immeasurable. The knowledge that another living being has been given hope. And Wadu isn't alone. There are other orphaned wombats who now call this sanctuary their forever home. Each one carries a story of loss, but also of resilience, love, and renewal.
Aren't you?
I'm calling names.
Oh, you big boy.
Hello, big fella.
If Wadu's journey touched your heart, take a moment to reflect on the power of compassion. Stories like his remind us that kindness can change lives, whether they belong to people or to animals. If you'd like to see more stories of courage, healing, and second chances, consider supporting this journey by liking this video or subscribing to the channel. It may seem like a small gesture, but it helps spread these stories to others who believe in love, hope, and the bond we share with the animals who walk beside us. Because in the end, every heartbeat, whether human or wombat, deserves to be heard.